Got some hot takes from Kari Lake and Steve Bannon. So let's see what they talking about real quick. What's Kari Lake talking about right now?
This stolen election, because we didn't do anything after 2020, we allowed another steal. Now we have literally the cartel completely controlling our state. They've taken our government from we the people. I mean, they couldn't get someone like me in office, even though overwhelmingly we won in a landslide. I'm too dangerous to their plan. I throw a wrench in their plan. This stolen election, because we didn't do anything after 2020, we allowed another steal. Now we
Oh, really? Okay.
literally the cartel completely controlling our state.
Literally now here's the biggest thing. Well, I mean, look, okay, we running through a few of these. We run through Steve Bannon after this because, like I said, I mean, yeah, we've already said what a lot of what there is to say about Kari Lake. She didn't need to run for governor, period. And if she did, she could have went about it in a much more just a better way. I'll just say that. I'll just say better. I won't even go into detail because her campaign was literally that bad. I'll just say she could have done better, and she wouldn't be in the position that she's in. She didn't need to run at all. I threw out there before that she had a great career. She's a good-looking middle-aged woman. She could have done many other things, and it's like, oh, you're trying so hard to be Trump's running mate or whatever it is, but she tripping. But again, now the dumbest thing about this though is the cartel. Like, which cartel, Kari? Because there's not one cartel. There's many cartels. Sinaloa cartel, the Gulf cartel. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's cartels in Central America. There's cartels in South America. The cartel. So it's just so stupid. I mean, like, there's not even any real analysis to give on these statements. She's just crazy. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, the cartel, they're controlling the taxes and the roads and the water supply and all of that. Yeah, okay. All right. Now let's see. Yeah, nah, for real, lady. She ain't got nowhere that much else place to go after this because and she was way worse than Dr. Oz. You know what I'm saying? It's like neither of them. Dr. Oz ass did not need to run for no damn senator. Like, bro, and if he did, I mentioned before, he should have ran as a centrist corporate Democrat. He would have done much better then because he wasn't really about that far right-wing life. You know what I'm saying? Like, someone, I don't believe, I wouldn't, I'm pretty sure if you were to sit down with Dr. Oz and have a normal conversation with him and he was just talking to you like you were just one of his guys, like, I'm pretty sure someone like him is not against Roe v. Wade. I mean, because being against Roe v. Wade is rather extreme, and he doesn't, he's not. You feel me? So it's like you put yourself in a position where you had to pretend to be super far right, even though you're not. Like, you could have just been a conservative Democrat, and if you really had to do it, and you would have been taken. You would have been your branding and the way the public perceived you would have really been much better. Republicans even would have liked him more because it would have been like, oh, well, this is a guy that we can work with. He's not one of those crazy progressives. So yeah, very, very good point, lady. Very, very, very similar. Now, what is Steve Bannon? What's he talking about right now?
Once you start in Europe about what's happened, Europe's back to the 16th century. I wish they were back to the 16th century, their religious beliefs, but they were back to the 16th century as far as their economy goes. Get me up to speed on the energy situation in Europe, sir. Once you start in Europe about what's happened, Europe's back to the 16th century. I wish they were back to the 16th century, their religious beliefs, but they were back to the 16th century as far as their economy goes. Get me up to speed on the energy situation in Europe.
I think I saw like a blurb, Galvatron. I saw a blurb about that. I didn't look into it. When I was scrolling through the news, it was several days ago at some point. I believe I may have seen something about that, but I didn't look into it. I don't really think there's much to say here about what Steve Bannon right now either. I mean, he's just, kind of, being his regular jackass self. I mean, well, let's go back to the 16th century, like to the 1500s. Like, and what was better about the 1500s than today? Like, you get the come on, like, let's go back to putrid times of disease and savagery. No, thank you. Even though that's definitely, he probably would likely fit in the best there.